I'm joined now by NFL analyst LeVar Arrington and big bro Mark Schlereth. But, LeVar, I'm going to start with you. What is Brady's main motivation right now to keep playing?
Well, first of all, I thought I was your main man, Acho, so that kind of deflated me a tad bit just off the top of the show. And Marcellus, I hope that it's not a nose job and you truly are getting your teeth cleaned.
It might be.
Let me jump on this one. When I look at everything that has taken place with Tom Brady and getting to this interview today and how somber and how calm and collected Tom was while doing his interview, it just made me think about a lot of moments in my career where you have so many introspective conversations and thoughts as it applies to oneself. So with all the success that Tom Brady has had during the course of his year or his career, I believe his motivation is just to prove to Tom at this point, Tom Brady can be Tom Brady. And I don't know that it goes any deeper than that. I mean, he's talking about not having to look at his playbook for all these years. So to think that he's gotten so comfortable and so confident in his ability to know the plays and how those plays apply to the defensive schemes that he's going to see. He mentioned there's not a defense that I haven't seen. There's not an offensive play I haven't ran, but yet I still have to pay attention to the mental aspect of what comes to my career at 43 years old. So I think he just wants to prove. I don't think that it comes down to him winning it all or proving that Bill Belichick wasn't the reason he had success. I think this is really an opportunity for Tom Brady to prove something to himself. And I think that it's just Tom being Tom Brady.
See, LeVar, I got to disagree with you because while intrinsic motivation or motivation that comes from within is what advanced Tom Brady's career, at this point in his career, bro, I think it's all about the external or the extrinsic. Tom Brady has, 6 Super Bowls, 17 times he won the AFC East. But Brady ain't never do it without Belichick. And when I listened to his quotes, I don't know what y'all heard, I don't know what the fans heard, but what I heard was, I still have a lot left to prove now that I've come to a new organization. Well, the only thing Tom Brady has left to prove is to win again, because that's all he's ever done is win. But every time he's won with that one man with the cutoff hoodie, still wearing the hood, and Bill Belichick. So Tom Brady, while he has proven himself to be elite, while he has proven himself to be the GOAT, what he hasn't done, the one thing Tom Brady has yet to do is prove that he can win without Bill. Meanwhile, Bill had that season, as we talked about before, 2008. Tom Brady goes down, ACL injury week 1, and Bill Belichick still leads the Patriots team to an 11-5 record. So Bill Belichick has still proven, even despite Tom Brady, he can still get things done. I don't think, LeVar, that Tom Brady is as, selflessly thinking about this as far as it's just about me versus myself. I think this isn't a Tom versus time thing anymore. This is strictly Tom versus Bill, who was the real GOAT if we gotta split hairs. That's what Tom's thinking to me.
See, and I would disagree with that in this. It's about players, systems, and what you're doing offensively. It's the same from team to team. It may be called something different, but if you're running a stick concept, you're running a stick concept, whether you're running it in New England or you're running it in Tampa Bay. Those things don't change to me. So the bottom line, when I look at Tom Brady, it's this internal competition, you against yourself. What can you continue to produce? Here's the thing about playing is if it was just about lining up on Sunday, we'd all still be playing, all of us. It's your willingness to prepare Monday through Saturday that makes most of us walk away from this game. And the fact that that guy is still motivated to grind, he's still motivated to work every day to get better. That's the thing that amazes me about Tom Brady and Tom Brady's career. And he's out to prove to himself that he can still do it. Yeah, there's part of that. I want to do it without Bill Belichick. I want to do it on my own. I want to do it in a different place. But the energy that comes from going somewhere else, your ability to go out there and do it somewhere else, I think that's amazing for him. And I just think his competitive nature is such that that's what he wants to do, is prove it to himself that he can go out there and continue to play at the level that he has always played at.
But here is where I challenge both of you extremely intelligent men. If it was all about Tom versus Tom, why in the world would Tom Brady have to leave? It couldn't have just been about, I have to be better than my former self. I have to be better than my former self. You can stay in New England and be better than your former self. What changed by leaving New England? What you changed was the coaching situation. If he was just competing against Tom can do that in Foxborough. Tom doesn't have to go down to Tampa to compete against himself. That, to me, is where the flaw is in your logic in saying that it's just a Tom versus Tom thing.
I think you're missing a small piece to this puzzle.
What's the piece?
Tom Brady has had to have very uncomfortable conversations with a Tom Brady, and I think those conversation guests were with his wife and with his kids. And when you're sitting on that couch and you're doing that interview of the people that mean the most to you in your life, it does not come down to the Super Bowls that he's going to be able to win without Bill Belichick. It does not come down to justifying himself by winning without being in New England with Bill Belichick and his hood. It comes down to, what do I feel about my wife? What do I feel about my kids? What is the legacy that I'm building, not just when I was in New England, but what am I building by being a Tampa Bay Buccaneer? And I think those conversations that he's had with his family and with himself has ultimately led him down the path of saying, listen, there's something to this, the food that I'm eating, the way that I'm living my life. He alluded to it several different times in his interview that this is something about a life journey for Tom Brady.